What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again with the next video for Might and Magic Elemental Guardians. Today we'll take a closer look at the 3 magical houses so that you guys can get an idea of all the different ways you can customize your hero in order to benefit your party. And then at the end of it, we'll go ahead and talk about my current build and why I went ahead with that one, okay? So again, it's going to be the main building that we go to, and then on the right side, you'll be able to see my current magical house that I have set. I'm running Chimera, but we'll start from the beginning so that you guys can get an idea of what's going on here. Now, Anima, Materia, and Chimera. Okay, these are the 3 magical houses. Just some of the things to kind of point out across the board. If you take a look at the top of it for each of them, they got the 3 different strengths here. Okay, that's going to be the same for all of your abilities. Generally speaking, a lot of the abilities up top are going to be benefiting the actual hero. On some of the other ones on the bottom are going to be benefiting the party. However, there's a couple of them mixed in there. So again, it's going to be a lot of different things you can do here. Now, Anima, I've looked it over quite a bit here, and I feel like one of the biggest benefits to this one is going to be turn advantage, whether it's coming from boosting your attack speed for your team or reducing the attack from the party. That's going to be one of the biggest things that you can incorporate in your team if you're looking to go this route. Now, they do have a couple of other beneficial things here. They have a way of providing the 40% mitigation here, 40% of incoming damage. We got a couple of cool features here that remove negative effects. So if you don't have any kind of stripper, that is really nice. And then let's take a look at the 3 main ones that we got. Here's going to be the one that refills a little bit of the turn bars. We have a skill that's going to increase the duration of our beneficial effects. And then we have a skill that's going to regenerate our creature's HP for a few turns. So it's kind of interesting. Again, a little bit of a turn advantage, and again, a little bit of beneficial advantage or beneficial providing beneficial bonuses. So I do like it. I think it's a really good choice, but I'm going to have to wait and see what situations where I really bank on turn advantage. I'm thinking TLT, which is their Tower of Trials. I think turn of advantage is going to be really, really good for that, but we'll have to wait and see how we get into it. Now, Materia, this one's going to be one that's going to really, really give you a lot of defense or just mitigation across the board, whether it's beneficial buffs like a defense buff or even attack break for your team on the enemies. It's going to provide really, really cool features here. Now we'll take a look at a couple of them so that you guys can see. Down here we have, this one's going to decrease the enemy's attacks. We have the defense buff that we were talking about. Moving on to the top here, this is going to improve the resistance of your magical effects here, so that's really nice. And then, of course, we have another one here, making your creatures immune to incapacitating effects. So obviously, if you have, if you are lacking in that part and you really need to incorporate it, then especially if there's a certain boss that you're dealing with that you're just having a hard time because of all the harmful effects that he's bringing and you can't keep up with it. Maybe you only got one type of immunity unit and you're just not able to cycle through your skills. Having that chance is going to be a little bit nice. Now, let's take a look at the main ones on the end. We have an ability that provides a bonus for your defending creatures, having them be advantageous over all elements. So it sounds like an ability that's just going to provide a lot of additional damage, right? Given the elemental damage for your team. And then we have a opportunity to counterattack. I like that. And then we have the shield bonus here over your creature. So again, out of the 3 that we're taking a look at, this one by far provides the most defensive mechanics for your party. So yeah, it just all kind of comes down to if you're really struggling on the particular stage, which you should be able to build, maybe this bonus will be able to help you out. Or maybe you're just kind of running the complete opposite and you want to have a little bit of RNG to provide a little bit of beneficial effects or defensive mitigation to kind of combat the amount of attack you're bringing to your team, right? And then the last one here, which I feel like is going to be a really good one for the beginners out there. When I first got started, I felt pretty comfortable with kind of getting through the gameplay. Obviously I had previous experience with turn-based RPGs, so I understand the value of glyphs, getting them, investing into them a little bit so I can get my stats, relatively good and provide just an easier way to clear the content, right? And so, of course, as the game progressed, things got a little bit harder, but I found myself having a little bit of situation on maybe having a couple of abilities that just allow me to do more damage. Like I don't have a lot of defense break breakers. So this one here, I went with the Chimera because Chimera is going to provide the most offensive buffs, in my humble opinion, out of the 3 elements here, or out of the 3 magical houses. So now I'm going to showcase here. This one provides, it has an attack buff, it has a defense break, and then this one here actually has a chance of removing beneficial effects from the enemy. So again, another type of purge. That's what they call this in this game, a strip or a purge. Being able to take it away is really nice. And let's go ahead and take a look at the skills here. We got an ability that will reduce the enemy's turn bar. We have an ability that will provide the elemental advantage, but for our attacking creatures versus the defending creatures that we take a look at the Materia. And the last one here, which I'm actually excited about using, this is probably one that I'm going to take advantage of, is an ability that provides a little bit more poisoning for your enemies. Because remember, regardless of how you build this, if you land that poison, it's going to be a fixated amount of damage that you do. Now, taking a look at what you see right in front of you, you're probably wondering to yourself, you know, why did you go in this zigzag fashion? Why did you choose to provide a little bit more damage for your hero versus provide some kind of a beneficial effect that can give your units, the units that you actually lift up and make, you know, high quality is, you know, why did you go that route? Well, here's my thought process. Initially, when I started the game, I started out with pretty much going bottom across the board because I was like, okay, well, like I said before, I am improving the glyphs on my units, so why not provide the best opportunity to improve the units that are going to be, you know, be able to do some, you know, good damage, because that's how I have them, you know, built up. However, when I took a closer look at these skills, even though they provide really, really nice harmful effects or beneficial effects, take note that all of these skills are basically giving us a chance to land that ability, right? A chance to provide the attack buff, a chance to provide the defense break. Whereas if I decided to go the Chimera route, or sorry, decided to go the damage route for the hero, the damage is just a flat damage increase. There's no like percentage chance of doing this amount of damage. It's just a straight damage across the board. And at level 40, my wizard at level 40, with this amount of points put into these 3 categories, I'm basically doing anywhere from like 4k to 5k AoE, which is by far my biggest damage in my party. Now, why did I go that route? Or even, you know, to further explain it, I'm currently running a very, very, you know, tanky team, a very sustainable team. My DPS is heavily reliant on poison-based damage. So I'm doing everything in my power to improve the overall effective HP of my units. I'm bringing in speed, defense, HP, and accuracy across the board. If I have a cleanser on my team, like the Air Unicorn, which you guys may have seen already, if not, we'll definitely showcase it in a future video. I'm trying to bring in a little bit more resistance on that unit. So again, not a whole lot of damage per se, just the poison. So I'm trying to make up for that for the hero damage that I'm going to be bringing by going this particular route. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Again, and as you guys know, I'm looking for the poison damage on the top when I get there. So I feel like this is definitely going to help me out when I get to the Wrath Dungeon, providing just a little bit more fixated damage for that boss. Okay, so that's pretty much going to be it, guys. I just wanted to take a quick overlook on this one. I'm really looking forward to hearing your guys' feedback on this. Which one do you feel is the best one? Which one, for some of you players that have been playing a little bit, which one have you found the most value for different aspects of the game? Which one is focused on PvP? Which one is more of a PvE format? And again, whichever one you choose, how did you go about building it? Did you stay on the bottom? Did you go with a little bit of a hero build? Again, I'm really looking forward to hearing your feedback with that. This is one of the coolest things in this game. The customization features in this is second to none. So many different unique ways of building your hero that can essentially provide that you know, counterplay for your party that you don't have, so that you can have a nice balanced approach when you clear the content. Okay. That's going to be it, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's your boy Childish, ChildishPlays checking out. Take care, and we will see you all in the next one. I'm out.